INFJs are known for their depth, empathy, and insight. But there's a dark side to this one that often draws toxic people into their lives. If you're an INFJ, you might have noticed a pattern. Manipulative, emotionally draining, or even narcissistic individuals gravitate toward you. But why does this happen? And more importantly, how can you stop it? INFJs possess an almost magnetic energy, a rare combination of warmth, mystery, and deep understanding. This makes them irresistible to those who seek validation, emotional support, or control over someone who gets them. Toxic individuals, especially narcissists and manipulators, crave this type of energy because it feeds their egos or fills their emotional voids. But it's not just about energy. INFJs also have a quiet intensity that intrigues others. Their unique mix of wisdom and emotional depth makes toxic people believe they've found someone who will endlessly listen, care, and validate them, creating a dangerous one-sided dynamic. INFJs are natural empaths. They feel deeply and often put others' emotions ahead of their own. Toxic people recognize this and see an opportunity. They will unload their problems onto the INFJ, creating a dynamic where the INFJ constantly gives but rarely receives. Over time, this one-sided relationship becomes emotionally exhausting. Toxic individuals often test boundaries early, perhaps by constantly venting their problems or seeking reassurance without reciprocating emotional support. INFJs, being highly attuned to others' suffering, may tolerate this for far too long, believing they are being kind or helpful. But in reality, they're being drained. INFJs have a strong desire to understand people and help them grow. This makes them especially vulnerable to toxic individuals who present themselves as broken or misunderstood. The INFJ's instinct is to help, believing they can heal the person. Unfortunately, toxic people rarely change. Instead, they drain the INFJ's energy while offering nothing in return. Toxic people often use sob stories, exaggerated struggles, or victimhood to pull INFJs in. They make the INFJ feel special, like they are the only one who truly understands them. This creates a deep emotional investment that the INFJ finds difficult to walk away from, even when they recognize the harm being done. Setting boundaries doesn't come naturally to INFJs. Their deep sense of loyalty and compassion often leads them to endure toxic relationships longer than they should. Toxic people exploit this by guilt-tripping or manipulating the INFJ into staying, making them feel responsible for the other person's well-being. Many INFJs struggle with saying no or distancing themselves from people who need help. They worry about hurting others' feelings or appearing selfish. But here's the truth. Boundaries are not about shutting people out. They are about protecting one's energy and well-being. Without them, INFJs become easy targets for manipulation and emotional exhaustion. So how do you stop attracting toxic people? Recognize the red flags. Pay attention to behaviors like excessive complaining, manipulation, or guilt-tripping early on. If someone always plays the victim or makes you feel responsible for their emotions, be cautious. Set firm boundaries. Learn to say no without guilt. If someone continuously drains your energy or disrespects your limits, distance yourself. Your well-being matters. Prioritize your own well-being. INFJs often neglect their own needs. Start valuing yourself as much as you value others. Self-care isn't selfish, it's necessary. Avoid the savior complex. Understand that you are not responsible for fixing or healing others. People must want to change themselves. If someone refuses to take responsibility for their own life, it's not your job to rescue them. Surround yourself with healthy relationships. Seek connections that are reciprocal, where you feel just as valued as you make others feel. A good relationship should energize, not drain you. Develop emotional detachment. Toxic people thrive on emotional reactions. The more detached you are from their drama, the less power they have over you. Trust your intuition. INFJs have powerful gut instincts. If something feels off about a person, listen to that inner voice. INFJs may always attract people in need, but that doesn't mean they have to entertain toxic relationships. By recognizing the signs and standing firm in their boundaries, INFJs can protect their energy and cultivate relationships that truly uplift them.